am then going to go ahead and get started since we are recording this. Welcome to our Elevate Coaching Mastermind. This is a bi-weekly mastermind that we come on in here and share any sort of tips and tricks that, today I was feeling lead generation and conversations and converting because I have been doing a lot of this and having conversations with my sellers, since I am an active real estate agent, which is everyone that's on this call right now except for Mandy, um, that I needed to be having these conversations first on helping my sellers. Those are already my clients that are here, but how am I bringing in these buyers and having conversations with these buyers to come and buy these houses that I have listed? We all know it's a little bit of a tricky market right now where I have 4 listings right now and I have 2 more coming up next week, but the buyers are who we're having to educate. Like these sellers know we need to sell, we need to get this done, but how are we as real estate agents finding these buyers and converting them into actual clients, into actual, like, take a lead and bring them on over into our email or into a text message? Like, how are we supposed to do that from social media? So I'm going to share my screen here in a second, but I kind of wanted to reiterate just a little bit on that these leads are typically the same that you're going to be getting from if you were to do cold calling. So you can kind of treat them the same. So whatever it is that your lead generation is, whether it be cold calling, calling expireds, calling like whoever it is that you're getting a hold of, mailers, it's the same kind of topic with social media. They're still cold leads that you now have to figure out how to reel them in and get them warm. So today, that's kind of what I'm gonna really dig in on. But then I also want to hear from you guys. I know only Joe has his camera on, so please stop me, chime in along the way. Since we are all active realtors, like I want to know what's happening out in your guys' market and to see what you guys are doing to really convert. And then I'm going to show you what I've been doing to really convert some of my leads. Um, Also, I wanted to really quick introduce Mandy Smith. If you guys have not been on one of our calls before, I think everyone here has, but if this is recorded and you're watching it later, Mandy Smith is my business partner with Elevate Coaching. She is the mindset coach here that does one-on-one coaching with entrepreneurs, real estate agents, business owners, anyone really to get your mind right and to, build your business from the ground up because she's done it. So this is the kind of coaching that y'all need in your lives. If you guys don't have someone to rely on, to a text message that you guys can call, I'm here to help you guys. Mandy's here to help you guys. We've been through it. We've done it. This is stuff that we're not just finding stuff off the internet and then teaching it. Like, this is stuff that we've been through and want to share that with you guys. So if you want to say something real quick, Mandy, and then I will pop into my presentation.
Yes, thank you for saying that, Heather. I'm like shaking my head because it's true. The one thing you did miss though is the reason why we are business partners is we had the same why, because we've done all the hard work that it takes and it took a long time. We've basically done the research, we've done certain things, and we now have frameworks that give results, and we want to help and pour into others. And so when we were meeting and talking about our coaching businesses, and we literally had the same why. We were like, let's do it together. It's going to be so much more fun. And she knows that I love social media. And she's like, yes, I love mindset. So that's how we created Elevate. And so there's 4 ways for anybody that's new to work with us. And for our students who are listening to this bi-weekly recording, remember this. When you're a part of our community, you get access to Heather and I, whether it's on a quarterly basis to plan, or Heather's doing a social media audit and then helping you get a zhuzh of getting you back on track, or if you're feeling in a funk, overwhelmed and paralyzed by what do I do next, DM us, give us a text message. I'll have our numbers, get on a call with us. But those of you who aren't in the program, we have a 12-week boot camp, a social media boot camp, where Heather holds you accountable and literally gives you the 1, 2, 3 for 12 weeks to get your social media going. We also have one-on-one coaching sessions with myself, batched up in different sessions that you can purchase. Or we also have done for you social media. So if you want to learn more about those things, let us know. And then lastly, my main business is Succession Title. So when you work with Succession Title, you get Heather's support and my support as being a title company um, customer. We want to help you grow your business because your success is our success. So there's two ways to work with us, with the coaching or with Succession Title. So thanks for jumping on the call today. And if you are a guest today, just come and receive. And if you'd like to hear more, we'll send out our link. We will not hound people ever on signing up for our coaching. We feel that we will attract the right people who are ready for our help and ready to get that impact from us. So that being said, I'll go ahead and let Heather take it away.
Thank you. Good stuff. So I'm going to share my screen. So make sure, please, that you can see it all first. Everyone can see how to start conversions with our conversations that lead to clients on social media. Can we see this? Mandy?
I just clicked and lost
Yes.
my
Yes?
screen.
Okay, thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
I'm like,
Sorry.
someone please answer me. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay.
Heather, can you make sure no one's waiting in the something happened where I can't find anything?
Yep, I
Give me
can
a
see
sign.
them here. So yeah, we're
Okay,
all
perfect.
good.
Okay. Okay.
No one is waiting at the moment. So I want to talk about how to start conversations that lead to clients on social media. So this is a big thing that a lot of people they post and post and post and post and then it never really goes anywhere. So like if you're posting and posting and it's not getting anything, then there's problems there with what it is that you're posting. That you're either, not hitting the right SEO, which is keywords, you're not talking to a specific niche. Like you really have to pay attention and dive in to what it is that you're posting on social media and not just posting every little thing. um I'm going to dive into that a little bit more, but like, I love posting my life. I love posting my chickens and my ducks and my views and all those things, but that's not only what's going to bring me in leads and conversations from social media. So let me move on here. So the foundation, if you guys see me looking off to the side, I have my screens on both sides, so I'm not just staring into nowhere. The foundation. Every real estate agent, if you guys have taken any sort of class or watched any sort of YouTube video, you have heard riches in niches. That means that there are riches, money, income to be made in niches or niches, however you want to say it. A niche or a niche is a specific group of people that you're talking to, whether it be relocation, new construction, first-time home buyers, retirees, a niche. So that is what those are. So if you dive into a specific niche and you start talking to that specific niche, that's what social media is going to understand that you're talking to then bring those people to you. So I have gone through this so many times about really speaking to a specific person, and not to everyone. So if you're speaking to everyone, then you're speaking to no one. You guys have to remember this and write this down, take a picture of the screen, and really pay attention to this. So if you're not a real estate agent, you're Mandy. Mandy, her niche is real estate agents. She wants to talk to them. Joe, you are new construction. You are a veteran. You want military. You want first-time home buyers. You really need to narrow that down on who it is specifically that you're talking to and not to talk to everyone. I am relocation. My niche is relocation. I am not talking to um, first time home buyers, really. I'm not talking to retirees. I'm not talking to empty nesters. I am talking only to relocation. And those are the people that are coming back to me when I put that content out on social media. So you really want to think about that. And every time before you make a video, who am I speaking to? Am I talking to my niche or am I just putting out random content? If you're just putting out random content because, oh shoot, I didn't get my video done today and I need to, you're really kind of just wasting your time. So that's just really the same thing as scrolling. Define your target avatar, age, lifestyle, goals. Mandy's would be real estate agent. That is within, the age of, I'd say, 30 to 60. And what are their goals? Their goals are to be high producing luxury real estate agents. That's who she's going after. Joe, who are you going after? The first time home buyer that maybe is, between 25 to 40 years old that wants a new construction home because you're making those videos of touring a new construction home. So really narrow it down. You don't have to narrow it down to a 5 year age gap because a first time home buyer can be multiple, ranges of ages. Um, and then really try to make it something personal. Like I've spoken about before, my avatar is a 40-year-old lady that's coming from a different state that has kids that like sports and wants to live in a more rural lifestyle where she can go hiking and fishing and kayaking. That's my niche. That's a relocation. That is a personal person that I am speaking to. Help people whose lives you understand. So I wrote Your Story Matters because to me, I'm a relocation person. I relocated here to Texas. I know the story. I lived the lifestyle. I did it. Same with coaching. I can sell social media because I have taught myself over the past 5 years how to teach social media, how to learn it, the insides, the outsides. It makes it so much easier when it's something that maybe you've lived through. So if you're a younger real estate agent, maybe it might be a little bit harder, if you haven't bought in a house yet or you haven't, gone through a PCS move in the military. That's going to be really hard to speak on something like that you haven't gone through. Where my husband was in the military. We did all of that lifestyle, but we never had to PCS. So I know nothing about PCSing and I don't really want to learn about that because that's a whole nother niche of something that I have to learn. So I already know relocation, so that makes it that much easier and that much more time saving on myself when it comes to making those videos. And then checking your metrics. Your followers are the people who you really want to be talking to. And when I was making this presentation, I went through and I was checking my metrics. And if you don't know how to check your metrics on Instagram, if you just go to your Instagram page, go to your profile, click on your professional dashboard, and then I clicked on new followers. So now when I click on new followers, I can go through and see that I'm up 5% in my new followers since April 27th. And I can see all the top locations of where these people are clicking on. So if you missed me on that, go to Instagram, go to your profile picture at the bottom right, professional dashboard, and then new followers. And then scroll through there and you guys can see, I can see my top location, San Antonio, Riverside, California, Canyon Lake, Austin, Texas, New Braunfels, Texas. And you know what's really cool about that is I have listings in those places. Riverside, California, I have a listing there because that's where I'm from. So I have a family member that's selling their home there. I've been pushing out this Riverside, California home, and look what's coming back to me. Riverside, California, because that is what I'm talking to when I'm talking on Instagram. So if you're talking to San Antonio, you're talking to Bernie, Texas, New Braunfels, Texas, you're tagging those locations, your phone automatically knows in your analytics where your followers are coming from. And then
Question.
yes, ma'am.
When you go to the professional dashboard, you
Mhm.
look at what? Which one?
Followers.
New followers?
Mhm. And then if you just scroll through
806.
there, it shows you top locations, age range,
Oh,
gender, and then at the very
ooh.
bottom, it shows you when your followers are most active.
Hey Heather, can you start from the beginning of where you went to
Yep.
get to see that?
So I will unblur myself so you can actually see my screen.
Oh,
So
wow.
I went into my Instagram account, so like I'm in my profile, and down here at the bottom, you click on your picture, and then it brings up your professional dashboard right here. You click on
Okay.
that, and then I click on up here, it says new followers. Does yours say that?
It's hold on.
Oh, it even shows your
Yes.
unfollows.
Okay.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
Yep. And so if you click on your followers, it shows me how many followers I have, my growth, my reach, all of those numbers, which I don't really follow those too much. But I'm really interested in my top locations, my age range, and my gender. And then I do pay
Okay.
attention to most active times, but most people's are, within your working hours of 9 and 6. Can you see yours on there?
I can. Yes. Thank
Okay,
you.
cool. So now you can take those analytics from there. And like I said, mine is what do your top locations say?
San Antonio, Helotes, Canyon Lake, and then like some two other foreign countries.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I'm in countries, I see like United States, then Vietnam, Philippines, but those are probably when you're posting, like those scam people that say, "Hey, do you want me to
Yeah,
share your thing?" That's who those
I
people are.
think so. Yeah.
That's what they do to real estate agents, unfortunately.
Okay.
Um, so that's good. So that means that you're tagging your location, which you should be doing. Um, and so if you're working in San Antonio, Helotes, wherever it is that you're going to, those locations should be showing up if you're consistently tagging yourself in those locations or you're tagging your posts in those locations. So, and then my age range, 38% of my age range is 35 to 44. I'm 40 years old. So I'm purposely talking to those people that I want to talk to. I
Yeah,
want to
same here.
talk to that 40, 45-year-old lady moving from a different state to my area. And so it's really cool to see that even if I click on women, 64% of my followers are women and 35% are men. So no one can now go and say, oh, it's just because you have a pretty face and because you're blonde. And I get that all the time. People follow you because of what you look like. No, I have more, 64% of my followers are women. So that right there is just proving that, I'm not attracting men because of what I look like. I'm attracting women because of what I'm talking to, because I'm talking to the mom that has kids, that has a busy lifestyle, that wants to move to a busy, lifestyle. So really pay attention to those analytics. No, you don't need to check them every single day, but I would go through like probably once a month and be like, am I actually talking to the right people that I want to be talking to? And if I'm not, then we need to be reevaluating, what you're posting and who you're talking to, what you're tagging, what your keywords are, all of those kind of items. It can all be fixed, but it's something that you should be checking. Does anyone else on the call want to walk through their analytics with me, or are we going to move on? You guys can just unmute. Okay.
I'll
So,
take the coaching. Hold on,
oh,
I'll take the coaching.
good.
Okay, so follows, I had 366. Um, okay. So I get San Antonio, Istanbul, and New York. Um, and my peeps are like older. Um, they're like 45 to 54, 35 to 44, like 35 and then 65 plus. Like there's a lot. It's a range of people, but
You have a lot of
it's
65 plus.
mm-hmm,
Well, how old are your professionals that you talk to? Like your ladies that
50s,
you
that 40
speak.
in their late 40s, 50s, people who are
So I feel like you're speaking to millionaires and up. Most millionaires are not millionaires till they're 50 plus, if you look at statistics. So
mhm,
that's a good thing for you that you're not speaking to 13 to 17 and 18 to 24-year olds, that you are speaking to
yeah,
the higher business professionals because you are speaking to business professionals. And that's because I know your life, but that is who when you're talking on a higher level of, you know, what do you want to do with your life? Where do you want to be wealthy? Like what is wealth to you? And to a lot of 40 below, we don't really, I mean, yeah, that's me, I guess. We don't really know what wealth is, like wealth isn't something that we're 100% thinking about right now. Like we're just trying to get by day to day and make a buck. Like when you're like 45, 50 plus is where you're really trying to think like, shoot, I need to retire in 15 years and how am I going to do this? So that's something then if you want to reevaluate and maybe I would use
create some
ChatGPT.
content around like, I wish when I was 40s I did these three things about wealth building because I do wish in my
That is,
40s when I was making
yes.
more than $1 million a year, like I wish I would have done what I learned
I was
5 years
just in,
ago
like, you
now.
literally just like
I'm like,
turned the light bulb on. Write that
see,
down.
okay,
If
yeah,
that's
okay.
who you want to be speaking to, and those are the people that you want to be working with, That's who you need to be. If I was 40, this is what I would do. When I was 30,
Yeah.
this is what I did.
Yeah.
Like we all
Oh,
know your
yeah.
story that you hustled for 19 years in the business marketing. Like, what did you do to get where you're at? Because that's what you're coaching people one-on-one with. And so that's the same thing with those are your leads. That's like the same as us trying to find a real estate lead. Who are you talking to? That's who you want to talk to. So if Joe wants to get out of, and Joe, I'm just using you because you have your camera on and I like talking to a face. Um, if you are, say you're selling $300,000 houses all day long in San Antonio, because that's the market, but you really want to I want to jump out and get into the $700,000 or $1 million range. That's how you do it. You literally start talking to those people. Who are you? What are you're not going to go to a $300,000 house and record that and put that on your stories and on your feed every single day if that's not the house you want to sell. When I wanted to jump myself from that market to a $2 million market, what did I do? I went and I started recording $2 million houses. And yeah, you might have to drive a little bit away from your lifestyle because I don't live in a $2 million house, but that's what I want to sell. So I'm going to drive myself over to that $2 million neighborhood and I'm going to record those houses and I'm going to show them on my social media. And that's what I'm going to talk about. So that's how you get yourself from one market to the next market. Same with if you don't like your niche that you're in, maybe you are just done working with first time home buyers because they can never get approved for a loan or it's just too much work. And most first time home buyers are within the $200,000 to $400,000 price range. Change it. If you don't like it, start talking about something different. Get your butt out there, drive to a different community, go drive to, and show me La Cantera and show me the Dominion and show me those this is just San Antonio specific, but show me those places and don't be taking me over to Walmart like shopping center. You know, that's what you kind of need to sell is that kind of level if that's what you're wanting to speak to. So that's literally goes back to the very first sentence of this, and I'm already 24 minutes in and only on the first slide to really pick down on who your niche is. That's such an important part. Like literally, if you don't have that down, there's no reason for my other 8 slides if you guys are not paying attention to that one thing. Okay. I am going to move on because I just realized we're still on the first slide.
Thank you for that, Heather.
Yes.
It really
It's
helped
just,
me.
it's so important and I cannot reiterate it enough. Like, it's not, don't reinvent the wheel. You have to just start with the basics and do it. Um, Content strategy with intention. So use 3 pillars to build trust. These are video ideas that you guys can come up with and make. And if you're not using ChatGPT, get on board, send us a DM, and we will help you figure out how to talk to it. But it is literally like my right hand person. I use it every single day. Um, start educating in your videos, entertain people in your videos, and then personalize your videos to yourself. I did just change this because I was doing, property tours and those, and property tours are great. But if you're doing short form content, we need to be really like letting people understand who you are, educating them on who you're helping, entertaining them on places that they can live at, and then personalizing it with your own self. Gabriella, I think she's actually on here. She's been making some great videos. She loves to garden. She has a beautiful, trees, fruit trees in her backyard. Like she's showing me her lifestyle. I've, only spoken to her a few times on a couple calls, but just from following her page, I'm learning so much about her. And so I think that's so awesome that like I can look at all the names on here and I know probably a good amount of each of these people, even though we've only really been together face to face a handful of times. But it's social media that's showing me these amazing people and what they do and makes me like want to be social media friends with them. And that's the same thing with strangers on here. They feel that connection with you. So you really want to like personalize it and go behind the scenes on your life and show us what's happening.
Hey Heather, you said you recently changed it. Was there 4 pillars before, or was something
It
else you
was
changed?
it was 3, but I didn't have personalized. I had video tours. So I
Oh,
was
okay.
more using like educate, um, local, which is entertain, but I put entertain and local together because I want to see like restaurants and, fun places like Top Golf and like the things that you guys are doing. And it's summertime. Take video of whatever it is that you're doing. But personalize, I really found that to be a big question that a lot of people were asking me was, I'm afraid to put my family on there. I'm afraid to put stuff on there. You don't have to show your kids and your family, but show where you're at. If you're at Top Golf or at a mini golf or at a, a bowling alley or whatever, like show that kind of like behind the scenes of you, and then also struggles and wins. Like people don't want to see you winning all the time. They're literally going to be like, you win too much, unfollow because I don't want to see your wins. Like we're not perfect, so show that you're not perfect. I literally poured chlorine in my eye the other day, and that got me like the most interaction because I made a video of chlorine getting in my eye, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh!" Like all the interaction from people over something like that wasn't even selling or anything, but now they feel that connection with me because I got on and I was vulnerable on social media. People want to see that kind of stuff. Content strategy is still the same thing. So short form is Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook. These are the ways that you get the videos made. You need a hook. You need to add some value to that hook that you gave, and then you need a call to action at the end. So, um, can you believe this amazing community out in New Braunfels, Texas? This community can give you 3% interest rates right now in this really high interest rate, blah, blah, blah. I'm showing the house. Now, to get this house for 3% interest rate, you're going to call me, Heather Knox, with eXp Realty. This is my phone number. Done. That's a short form video strategy right there. Long form is YouTube. If you're not doing YouTube, we need to get you on YouTube. YouTube is so great. YouTube is evergreen and the videos go forever. It's so much more searchable than short form. And it really hooks the people in that really want to pay attention to you. But you have to do it a little bit differently because your videos are, 10 minutes long and not 10 seconds long, where you have to give a hook, do the call to action real quick so then they don't go away and lose them. Then you need to give them some really deep value on what it is that they're talking about. Now, a deep value, now let me go back to what I just talked about. Short form would be, look at this amazing community in New Braunfels, Texas for 3%. Now, before you go out and look at these houses, you want to make sure that you call a real estate agent because a real estate agent represents you, the builder represents the builder. We all know that story because we're real estate agents. Deep value. Let me take you through the amenity center and show you the pool and show you all of these extras that you get, and you get $20,000 in incentives. I'm literally like painting the picture for you to buy this house. Then again, final call to action. Make sure you call me. This is my number. Details in the comments. That's how you want to do a long form video. You really want to dive in and show them. The short form strategy is going to hook them in. So, Mandy, you like being coached. Same thing with a student. You want to hook them in. Hey, this is how you can get, if you're 40 years old, how you can be wealthy, how you can, grow your business. Call me, I'm Mandy. Long form, which I know you want to get your YouTube going, which we need to get you on that. Just record the dang videos.
Oh,
Same
yes.
thing. You need to hook them in, tell them how they're going to get wealthy, to contact you immediately. Let's get on a one-on-one call. Here's my Calendly link. And then how can I help you become a wealthy 40-year-old person? I did X, Y, and Z. You're going to do A, B, and C. And then you're going to talk about however you became wealthy and really give them value for probably like 5 to 7 minutes. Maybe put a couple little slideshow pieces up on your video so you're keeping their action, like their attention, and then a final call to action. So you really want to like hook them. Anyone that came to our AHA group last week, that was amazing. It was hosted by JJ Gorina at eXp Realty. It was so good. He talked about like the different ways that people learn. So you have a visual person, you have an auditory person, you have the data driven person. So you really want to make sure that you're thinking about all of those ways that people learn and like reel them in that way. But that's a long form way of doing it. So that's something I would ask ChatGPT. This is who I want to speak to. I want to talk to the audio, visual, data driven person. Tell me how to do it. And they're going to give you an easy script, I'm sure. Um,
Hey, Heather, are you using the same pillars for YouTube as well?
what do you mean?
You said those three pillars to focus
Yes.
on. Was that just for short form or both short and long form?
These ones, I would use these more for short form. For long form is when I'm doing a full walkthrough of a community or of an area. Like if I wanted to show, like I have one on there, I think all about Canyon Lake, like why should you live here? And then I gave 4 reasons of why to live here, of, the cost of living, the way of life. And so you could turn that into a short form where you write a quick hook, 4 reasons to live somewhere, and then give those 4 bullets. But in a long form, you're actually going to speak on each of those 4 bullets. You're not just going to show a picture of it. So I would, if you go on my YouTube and you watch it, it's literally, I'm Heather, I'm from Canyon Lake, I'm a real estate agent. These are the 4 reasons. Number one, the cost of living. And then I literally show a 10 to 15-second clip of houses in the area that you can buy for this much. And then number two is, the recreation. And then I show up a clip of us in the boat or out on a lake or whatever it is that we're doing. So I'm really like saying it, hooking them in with that value, and then I'm explaining the value. This is long form for YouTube. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
It
Um,
does. Yeah.
so same with
So
the house tour. Like you're gonna want to go to the front of the community. This is where I'm at. I'm out at, I don't even, the Cordero Ranch in Bernie, Texas. And I'm going to show you guys all about this amazing community. Like, let's go check it out. And then I'm going to either drive through the community. I'm going to show them the golf course, the tennis court, the, river access that they get there. And I'm going to literally drive down there and show them all of this stuff instead of just a 5 to 10 second video of the river. I would say, this is the gorgeous river you can live at. I told you, Mandy, this dog. This is the gorgeous river that you can live at if you live in Cordero Ranch. Does that make sense?
yes, but so it's mainly educational videos, would you say, on YouTube
For
versus to
YouTube,
entertain or personalize?
it's educational, but showing. So you're educating them on what they can get in a specific place, but you're now not just talking about it and putting it in words, you're actually showing them. Like, this is the river that you can go floating in and actually have a video of the river that you could go floating in. Or this is the restaurant that you can be at 5 minutes from your house in Chavano Park or something like that.
Okay.
But like that's what I mean with YouTube, that they're going to take you a little bit longer to make the videos, but they will give you a much bigger return if you take the time to make those videos. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like my goal for YouTube is, I would say like 3 videos a week if I'm like only focusing on YouTube. It's going to take me a minute where I have to take Monday and really research where I'm going to go, take Tuesday to go and record those videos. And usually I have to bring, a friend or a colleague with me to go and do these videos because I'm going to want someone to record what I'm doing. But you don't have to, because you can take a selfie stick and really do the same thing as long as you're showing the community. But they do take a lot longer. They're not the ones where I can just be driving down the street and record the pretty sunset and then put a few words on it. So it's just a lot more thought that you have to put into it. Jackson, hey, come here. This dog, my son left. Okay. I swear. So tools, AI, and systems that'll help you stay consistent. So the truth is you don't lack time, you lack a system. We all have 24 hours in a day. We all can do the same thing. Why is it that some real estate agents make millions and some make like nothing and some have to leave? It's because we lack a system of what it is that we're doing. So if you're, I'm busy is probably a real estate agent's most favorite 2 words. I'm busy. Like, how's business going? I'm busy. I use it all the time because I am busy. Like, I have a lot going on. And by no means am I perfect, but I will kick myself in the butt, get myself back on a checklist every single night. I literally have checklist galore that I will write down. Okay, today I missed these 5 items. You have to get yourself into a system and into a time frame to really decide, okay, I want to record 3 YouTube videos. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to batch record these. I'm going to go out and I'm going to record multiple videos in one day to be able to get this done. But if you use your time wisely, you can do them while you're already working. If you're at an open house, if you're at a showing with buyers, if you're at a coffee shop, you're at a park, um, this might be a little bit harder for Mandy. I would say I would use a lot of your driving time to batch make these videos because Mandy's talking to people that want to be talked to. Real estate agent people, they want to be shown where they can live. Mandy's people want more of a like mind, change to change how they can fix themselves. And a home buyer and seller, they just want to know how we can help them the best and how we can make them the most money. And so you really have to think about that. Like, what is it that you're doing already? If you try to say, I'm busy, I don't have time, I have all this stuff going on, I have 30 closings, that's amazing. But while you're at these 30 closings, that you're at these open houses, that you're getting all these buyers from, take some content while you're already there doing it. And if you do not have all this stuff going on, you need to get yourself all of this stuff going on. When I first started as a real estate agent, I did not just sit in my house and be like, where's the buyers at? I've seen so many posts on Shift Talk and all the things. How's everyone getting their buyers? How is everyone, finding all these clients? I'm a brand new real estate agent. What do I do? Get your butt out of the house and go start talking to people. Go start hosting open houses. Go start touring houses that are not yours. That is what you need to be doing when you are a new agent or an agent that has a slow period in your business. And then use AI. AI is ChatGPT. Literally, it's ChatGPT is now integrated into Canva. It's integrated into your phones. It's an app. ChatGPT is amazing if you're not using it. I used it to make this slideshow today. I took all of my thoughts in my head and I literally just started typing them out. And I said, this is what I want to talk about. And it made this for me. It can write up scripts for you. So if you're out at a house and you're like, oh, I'm out at this gorgeous, amazing, 5-bedroom house, write a script real quick. This is the house I'm at. This is the community that I'm in. Tell me about it. Hey guys, this is Heather Knox. I'm your Hill Country Realtor. I am out at this gorgeous house today in Cordero Ranch. I'm going to show you guys all around. I'm going to show you the amenity center, the golf course, the tennis courts, all this stuff. I don't live in Cordero Ranch. I don't know anything about it. But ChatGPT does, and they're going to tell me all about it. And then I'm going to go drive around the neighborhood. And so it's easier for me. I already have a script made. So I don't have to think about it and I don't have to stumble over my words. ChatGPT did it right there for me. So same thing even with ideas. So whenever I have a brain, what would be the word? I'm having it right now, where I can't think of something, I'll go into ChatGPT and just be like, I need help. My brain is not thinking. Like, I really need help with 5 video ideas that I can make, and this is who I want to speak to. And it'll be like, okay, this is what you should do with yourself. And then it's so much easier. Now my brain starts thinking, and I can start making videos. And then Canva for editing. It's so great. It already has templates made for you. If you're not using Canva, I would 100% get in there. In our coaching program, we have a whole Canva video that walks you through how to make a YouTube video start to finish in Canva. I don't use anything fancy like Photoshop. It's literally all done in Canva for me. And then again, use your AI. Try to work smarter, not harder. Make your thumbnails, make your titles, tell it what your YouTube video is all about, and it'll write your whole SEO for you. Same with your, scripting and your descriptions on Instagram.
Heather, I think in 2 weeks you need to do that. Some of our students, they come in, and some of them I know for a fact, because I'm holding some of them accountable, they're not using all the tools on the platform.
Yes.
So I think to give our students a refresh on that exact one and remind them, if they're listening to the recording of that teaching that you do, that they can go in there and get that. I think we need to keep putting some of our stuff that's on the platform out there and teaching.
There's some good stuff in there. Like, where I'll even go back and like rewatch it and be like, oh, okay, that's what we do. A couple project management tools that you guys can use that I will usually just use a slideshow or a spreadsheet. But I've used Monday and Trello or Notion to help plan your week. I really like Monday. It's just not the cheapest project management tool, but it really keeps track of what it is that you're doing. And it organizes your videos. So like I use my Google Calendar even where every single day my Google Calendar tells me to make YouTube. So even if I don't get to it, I know the next day it's going to remind me again, make a YouTube video. And if I already have the content, then I could just know, okay, now I need to batch 2 hours and I need to go make this video. So I really do time block my stuff and make it where I know what I want to do and I'm going to actually go and do it. So try out a couple of those different project management tools if you want. I can send you guys the links to some of them if you want to use them, but it really helps keep me on schedule. It's the same thing. If you have a doctor's appointment, you put it in your calendar. You need to make content, you need to cold call, you need to door knock, whatever it is that you're doing to get yourself some leads, put it in your calendar so you actually do it. And then you don't just end up at the coffee shop or you end up at another networking event or you end up at something like random or you're like, oh, I need to go get my nails done today because I have extra time. No, use those 2 hours. If you're not closing $100,000 a year, you should not be over here getting your nails done every Thursday instead of prospecting. Like it's the tough truth, honestly. Like that is what it is right now. Unless you just don't want to work or you have a rich husband or wife that you just want to mooch off of, do that too. But if you want to get work done, like you have to use your 24 hours in a day and actually do it without just saying that you're busy. So excuse busters. Use ChatGPT. When you're, like I just said, when you have a brain fart and you don't know what to say, what does ChatGPT think? What kind of videos can I make to bring in buyers from a different state? I don't have the time. This is a business. Yes, we are all commission-based uh, business owners. So you have to like make your priorities what they are. No one is sitting you down and saying you need to work from 9 to 5. But that's the beauty of what we do. Like, so if you're trying to say I don't have time because you're over at a networking event or over at happy hour, then that's on you that you're not making the priority for your business. And then I get this one all the time. I am not good on camera. So I was just watching a video and he said the same thing. Like, I'm not good on camera. Like, what would you say to yourself? Pretend that you are in front of that person. It's just like right now I'm talking on Zoom. I'm not talking to myself, even though I really am talking to myself, but I'm talking to you guys through this camera. It's the same thing with your phone. You pick up your phone and I'm going to pretend that I'm talking to Mandy, that she's my buyer. Hey Mandy, I'm out here at this really pretty house and I just wanted to show you guys. So I'm going to turn my camera around real quick and I'm going to show you guys around the house. That's literally how I show my out-of-state clients homes. And then I do the same exact thing when I'm not on the phone with them and I record the home the same exact way. Hey everyone, this is Heather, your real estate agent here in San Antonio. I'm at this house and I'm going to just show you guys around real quick. Quick, done, 5 seconds, and off I go and I show them the house. So really try to think about the camera that you're talking to a person out there. And if it helps, don't think about you're talking to 4,000 people. Think about one person. Think about your avatar. Who is it that you're talking to? You're talking to, a family member or your best friend or whatever it is, and just pretend that you're talking to them. And that's who you're showing that house to or that community to. And it makes it sound so much more realistic that you're not just talking to a script or that you're nervous. Deepen your connection with the community. So lack of growth, if you guys are like, I am just not growing, like my social media sucks. It's like no one is liking anything, no one's doing anything because you're not connecting with people. You're sharing the same stuff over and over again, but you're not hitting that connection that they're looking for. And so they're going to scroll right past it. So really try to go back to your niche. What is it that they're looking for? What is that perfect person that you're talking to want from you? And you're going to share that with them over and over and over and over again because that one video that you made a week ago is long gone and no one sees it anymore. But that video that you made today and the one you make tomorrow and the one you make the next day, they're going to keep showing up and people are going to start seeing them. And you're going to eventually, when you keep talking about the same thing, it's going to resonate with the right person. So focus on becoming the local authority. Everyone's heard this in real estate. You need to become the local mayor of your town. You need to become the authority of what it is that you're talking to. Go to local events and post about them. If you go to the city council meeting, if you go to the economic development meeting, I'm posting that I'm at these meetings because then it starts conversations with people. Um, Go out and feature local businesses, developers, if you're a real estate agent, restaurants that you're going to. Most restaurants, like I went and I spoke to the Chick-fil-A owner in my community. They're a brand new restaurant here. Everyone wants to know about it. So what's going to happen? I'm going to post it on my social media. Chick-fil-A is going to post it on their social media. Now I'm a, local authority here in my area. Um, Make your SEO work for you, which means really name the places, like how mine shows the location that I live in. Really make sure that you're showing the location that you live in and talking about it, putting that in your SEO, and then show your face. People don't want to just see your logo, your, pretty colors. They don't want to see houses all the time. They want to see the person that they're actually trying to connect with. And then the 10-10-10 method. I've spoken about this before over and over again, as much as redundant it is. It really helps to be social on social media. If you're getting on social media and you're posting and ghosting and you're not talking to anyone on there, you're defeating the purpose of being social on social media. So if it comes down to 10, at least do 10. 10 comments, 10 Instagram stories that you're, hearting, loving. I love, cute hairstyle or whatever it is. And then 10 DMs. And that's the same thing that's as easy as if someone posts a story and you comment down below, that goes into a DM. Like, oh, wow, that looks like a really fun place. Or, oh, wow, your kid grew up so fast. You're reacting to these people in like all your followers that are there. And the great thing about how 10-10-10 works is these go to your actual followers. You're not commenting on strangers' videos, you're commenting on your followers. That is now showing those followers that you actually are paying attention to what they're doing on their social media. Goodness, that was a lot. I know I kind of hit on a lot of different things, but I was really trying to like narrow down on a few main topics. But really, I mean, it's just redundant. You guys have to be social on social media. You have to show up on social media with your face. Um, but really just try to work smarter, not harder. That's like the biggest thing that I can take away with. And by no means am I saying that I'm perfect and I, get videos done every single day, because I also have those brain like where I can't pay attention to what's going on. But you just have to get back into it. Use the tools that you have, use the tools that we've given you guys, use the tools that you know, and just really stay consistent with it and really talk to the people that you want to talk to. Um, for anyone that is new on here, I pretty much know all of the names, but if you don't follow me, I moved to Texas with Heather for my personal social media. We are Elevate Coaching is for our coaching. And then if you want to know anything more about everything, this is everything that we do offer. That is my personal cell phone. So if you guys have any questions and you want to get a hold of me, please send me a text. The QR code will take you to our website where literally all of this stuff that I'm teaching you guys can get it one-on-one from myself and Mandy.